What it do? What it do? I can barely hear you. Hold on, hold on. Let me see this sound with the sound. Say something again. I can hear you now. Hold on, hold on, hold on. 1 second. I hear you now. I hear you now. Say something, fam. Huh?
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Are you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
Okay, okay, okay. Right there in that position where you at right now, I hear you sound great. So how you doing? How you doing?
It's all love, man. I can't complain. Shoot, how's your night going, man?
When I got sent you a link and they said, "Hey, you about to interview you," I was like, at first I was like, "Okay, I heard of this person," and I went to go look and I said, "Hey, you doing your thing online? You're doing your thing definitely.
Definitely grinding hard out here. Trying to keep things rolling and trying to get ready for 2020.
You're breaking up again."
Let me do I'm doing headset. Better now?
Great.
All right. Yeah, let me keep the headset in then.
Yeah, perfect, 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 perfect. And you look great also, so don't worry about it. You look great on camera. So tell the people your name. Let the people know your name. You know what I'm saying? What state you in? You know what I'm saying? What kind of music and genre of music that you're doing right now? You know, I don't want to. I want you to let the people know who you are.
Hey, it's all love, man. I go by the name of Fame Fayella. I'm down here in Florida. I represent, hip hop, top 40, EDM, bass music. I could pretty much touch in any genre of music, but my specialty is definitely hip hop and top 40 music. I've been grinding out here for about 10 to 12 years. And for those who don't know, I'm actually the protege of the legendary Fresh Kid Ice of the Two Live Crew. So we out
Okay.
here grinding and we out here continuing to represent for Florida.
Oh man. So when you say protege, I mean, he brought you out into the industry and let the people know that he's going to represent you.
I pretty much worked real hard for about 4 to 5 years. I was actually in a group. I was grinding real hard, working with the radio station, and I actually got the opportunity to open for the Two Live Crew.
Okay.
And from there, he liked my performance, and his lady at the time, Devora, she as well brought me in, and from there, the rest was history. We created a everlasting friendship. God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. Yeah, he was a friend of mine. He was definitely a friend of mine. And whenever he came to Palm Beach, come see, he was chill out with him and just chill out and talk about music industry and everything else. But so when you said that you were on the radio station and you were on a group, what was the name of the group?
It was actually called FPAC. It consisted of 4 members. It was Fame, Pain, Ape, and Knowledge. And we did a bunch of singles. We were grinding. We actually just got done performing at 105.5 The Beat. And from there, they gave us the opportunity to open for the Two Live Crew, actually here in my hometown at the Dixie Roadhouse.
Oh wow.
So, it's even more of an honor for me to have been picked up from my hometown and worked so hard to get to that point to be able to, where I'm from in the 239, it's really hard to make it. One of the last mainstream artists was actually Plies. So to be able to, get my foot in the industry with a legend like Chinaman and, get out there and soak up the game that I did is definitely a blessing, man.
Oh, okay. 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 So when you said you opened for the radio station and you went with Chinaman, my question to you is that you guys went on tour or you just did one opening for it?
Well, the way that he actually picked me out of my group was I opened for the Two Live Crew, and from
Okay.
then, he liked my performance. He kind of like, he pulled me out of the group, and from there, we created that friendship to be able to move forward, and from there he took me out on tour and kind of showed me the ropes of the game. You know what I'm saying? As an independent artist, of course.
Oh, okay, okay. So when he took you out the group, how did that feel with the other members?
I mean, they're still my people to this day, and I try to include them when I can, and we still do shows together to this day. So it's all love. I try to keep people around me who want to see me succeed, and it's definitely important to keep a good energy around you. You know.
Okay, that's perfect. That's great. That's great. That's great. So right now, sad to say this, but after his death, I mean, and I know you're gonna have a lot to talk about that also, but after his death, I mean, exactly where exactly are you? Is there another individual in the music game that's about to be your mentor?
I mean, as of now, I'm kind of fully independent, but I'm still gonna at the end of the day always represent Chinaman Records and where I come from. So at this point, I am an independent artist, but
Okay.
Chinaman really wanted me to move forward and be. He wanted me to become something great. He showed me how I can do this independent and really own everything. That's what he was always pushing to me, ownership and being able to continue it that way. But I'm just trying to grind and make something happen. I don't really per se want to sign to a major label. I want to more get like a distribution kind of thing. Build it to the point where I could build my brand.
Okay. And what's the name of your brand?
It's actually Fame Fayella and Fame Fayella Records. So
Okay. Okay.
by
So
by
now go ahead. Go ahead.
by soaking up the game that I did from China, man, I went on and now I actually created my own label. I basically signed myself, you know what I'm saying? So right now I'm pushing to build the brand to the point where I can have the leverage when I come to the labels. A lot of the labels want to take advantage of the young artists
Oh, because of the lack of knowledge.
for the lack of knowledge and not owning their material, and it's a lot into it.
Can I ask you a question? What is your nationality? Are you white or you're Hispanic or you're what are you?
I'm like a mix. I'm Italian, I'm Irish, I'm Indian.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
a
Okay.
little mix.
I'm looking at you and I'm like, okay, is he Spanish? Is he, you know what I'm saying? I see the
That's what everybody says. They say, "Damn, he's a little Chico."
yeah. Oh, okay. Do you run with that sometimes or do you just tell it nah, I'm
I mean, no,
Italian?
I try to keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
And
okay.
I definitely represent the Italian heritage more than anything, though, for sure.
Okay, okay. So now, since you're trying to put out your label and you're looking for distribution, and you don't want anything from really a major artist because they try to take everything from the new artists is the thing that they don't know anything. Are your music pushed out right now in any platform, any platform at all distribution when people can get your music? Like, how are people getting to know where to catch you at? Like, where can they hear you from?
I mean, pretty much you can Google my name, Fame Fayella. I have an
Okay,
official website, famefayella.com, but I'm right now my music's in about 250 stores from iHeartRadio to Spotify to iTunes to you name it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all
okay.
self-distributed, and I'm all self-distributed artist.
Okay, so are labels reaching out to you to say, "Hey, look, we see you doing your thing. We understand that you understand the game. We see you putting your stuff on." Are you on radio also?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in rotation on a couple stations. At this point, I've gotten a couple people who have reached out and so forth. But at this point, I'm just trying to stay independent and wait for the right opportunity. A lot of people jump into opportunity and miss a bigger opportunity because of it. So I'm just trying to focus and be able to have more leverage with my brand to be able to, really push it as independent as possible.
Oh, okay. So people are calling. So apparently you're saying that they ain't putting the right thing on the table for you to even budge and move because you understand the game bigger than most people and be like, listen, you got to come better than that. But for me to sign
Pretty
up,
much, I know at this point I know my word and I know what Chinaman saw in me. He basically told me, I was gonna be the next flow rider, and you see where he's at to this day, independent. He's one of
yeah.
the top paid artists in the game, being independent.
Yeah, but you just said you do top 40, but do you really do that genre of music? The way Flo
I mean,
Rida does it?
I do hip hop. I do top 40. I actually have one of my newer singles, actually an EDM collaboration.
Okay,
I'm rocking with these people over there in Brazil called the Fish House Music, and they have like a, it's a totally different overseas market. Like
gotcha.
the way what I want to tap in is overseas. I'm not looking at it as a small. I'm looking at it as a global industry and global market. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking small. I'm thinking major.
A global artist. That's what I'm saying. So have you gone overseas and done shows or
I haven't yet, but we're only like a few years after Chinaman passing. I'm just
okay?
trying to grind at this point and you know get myself together. Without him, it's a lot harder to. He had a lot of goals that we were about to accomplish. That with his passing, it kind of threw everything off.
Gotcha. Because he was able to pick up the phone, talk to some people, and certain doors were able to open and stuff like that
Yeah,
when you were with him.
and especially the different ideas that he had and brought to the table and all the favors that he did in the industry that could have been returned.
Gotcha. So you talk about China Man a lot. I mean, man, it saddens me to know that he's even dead. It's like, wow, it's crazy. So have you talked to his counterpart who also go Marquise? Is that his name? Who used to go on shows with him?
Yeah, I spoke to him. I seen him at the funeral, and we've chopped it up a couple times. And of
Okay,
course, China Man had four other artists on the label as well. But he was kind of pushing me the most. But I still rock with all the other people from the label, and we're all just trying to keep things moving, man. At the end of the day, we're always gonna represent for China Man and doing our own thing at the same time.
okay. So who's running the label right now? Who's like the head? Who's the A&R over there? Who's the head boss over there? I mean, it's still functional? Am I correct? Since you got your own label, but I mean, is that label still functional at the current
I mean,
moment?
at this point, I can't really speak too much on it out of
Okay,
respect to the family. But
gotcha.
all I can say is we're all kind of just doing our own thing right now.
Oh, okay. So after his death, it was easy to get out because you said you were signed to him. So after his death, you were easy to get out the contract since you know that nobody was going to be behind it, pushing you out the way you need to.
Right. Well, pretty much, China Man was such a solid dude that we made our partnership on a handshake. That's how real China Man was. Anybody who knows Fresh Kid Ice
Oh
knows that
wow,
he was a real one. He shook my hand and we made an agreement based off a handshake. The way the game started, you know what I'm saying? If you put your trust into somebody, then you know what I'm saying? Chinaman was a real one. Anybody who know his heart and the love that he had for the game, he was trying to put on everybody around him. You know what I'm saying? And he always had that helping hand. But
wow.
I am officially in his catalog. I was released under his Chinaman Records label, so it was still an honor to be able to work with him and be in his catalog and even being around him. At first I was nervous. I used to be scared to talk to Chris, and we built that relationship, and it was like this. You know what I'm saying?
Because you seen him on TV, and now you're like, wow, I'm right next to the guy talking to him.
When I was talking to him, the first time I talked to him on the phone, I was nervous. I was like, damn. But to
Nah,
get it's hard. It's a lot of hate in the game. It's a lot of foul stuff. That's the first thing he told me. This is a dirty game. Are you sure you want this? I told him I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So I worked really hard to get where I'm at this point, and I'm gonna keep representing at the end of the day. When I make it, you know what I'm saying? I'm a do it in his honor at the end of the day.
oh, okay. Oh man, that's cool. So right now, with everything in the way it's going on with the music industry that it is, and the way with the coronavirus and everybody's home right now. I mean, how are you making money? Because I know doing shows is definitely a percentage of the money making. I mean, you could doing features. You could just send music over, but the people actually seeing you. Have you been doing virtual shows?
I've done a couple virtual shows, but I mean we're down here in Florida, so I've done about 6 shows since COVID. I throw my own shows. You know what I'm saying? I don't wait on a promoter to book me. I'm kind of self-sufficient. I'm an artist. I'm a producer. I make all my own graphics. I make beats. I market companies.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? I reach my hand out to other artists, trying to teach them. So they, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically paying it all forward. I'm self-sufficient, very. So, I do when I do a project, I do everything from the artwork to the promotion to the marketing to the branding. Completely independent in terms of stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I've made more money in COVID than I did the past year on social media by helping other people.
Oh, wow. Helping them with their brand and expanding them and showing them what they're not doing, and you just showing them what to do on an independent level. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So they were paying you.
definitely.
So they were paying you for your
Pay,
knowledge.
Paying for the knowledge and the graphics and the beats and pretty much, I'm trying to help other people's like I was helped. A lot of people didn't want to support me in my city. I come from somewhere where they everybody's hating on each other, and the radio ain't really showing no love. So I try to be self-sufficient, and I know it's hard for upcoming artists, especially independent. So I'm just
What
paying it forward.
What's the name of the station that you said is not doing it? Put them out there. Say, yo, they ain't showing us no love up here. Put them out there. What's the name of that station?
I mean, we got for a while we had Fly showing love down here in Southwest Florida doing the artist thing, but we got Flying 98.5 down here, ain't really showing no love to artists. 103.9 down here, they ain't showing no love. They're all corporate. It's all, to me, it's politics. They don't want to show love. To me, the game started with a DJ and the radio. A DJ should want to break a record. A DJ should want to put new music out there and show the world, not just continue to I feel like they're programming people. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
think a real DJ is gonna break a new artist and not just play what the station is telling them to play on that list. And that's real. A lot of people don't know how the radio works.
that's what they
You know
call
what
them,
I'm saying?
a programmer.
They're radio programmers.
Yeah,
The
they're
DJs ain't
programmers.
really. I mean, honestly, I don't. A lot of people think half these DJs are spinning live in there. That's all preset stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Preset, recorded, embedded, done BDS, detected, and
I.
hopefully detected and media base detected, and they just put it out.
That's
And
why I respect independent stations more than iHeart radio station at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong, I've done business with my local radio station, but I keep it business. It's never been about the true support and love, you know what I'm saying?
no, I understand. You know what I'm saying? Because usually the local artists, they're thinking that, oh, I'm gonna go to the station. I got my little buzz. They're gonna do something, but pretty much that DJ almost brushes you off, almost like you're nothing, like you're a peon. You're like, yo, man, I'm from the city. I'm making it hot. You're not from this
It's
city.
crazy. There's only 3 verified artists in my entire city of Cape Coral and Fort Myers. There's not a lot of big artists where I'm from. And they don't even give me my props, even being underneath a legendary person who helped put Florida on the map and fought for freedom of speech for artists to say what they want to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't get my respect from my own city, and I was born here. You know what I'm saying? And I look around at Orlando, Tampa, Miami. They all their stations are breaking artists. If you look in the game right now, every one of those cities got people in the game, but our city. You know what I'm saying? And if they broke from our city, they made the way on their own, not from the
Not,
city putting them on that up on that level.
yeah, I think in yeah, you're right, because I think in you're right, Orlando, in the state of Florida, in different cities, you got other stations that actually broke an artist and really bubbled it up and showed them what they can do and
I
made
mean,
it happen.
look what Super Sydney just did with 99 Jams. They just did that cipher. It hit World Star. It's hitting all these blogs, and that's in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah,
that the DJs and the program directors need to change their mindset and really start helping the artists.
help the artists get out there.
At least, I mean, I'm not saying help everybody, but at least help the ones that are in your city and have the voice and are the influencers and the ones who are really serious about it. You know what I'm saying? And can change, you know, help the youth and help other people get to where they want to be.
Okay. So right now, where do you think that's happening right now for you to expand what you're doing right now? We know that the radio station in your local city is not helping you. So what do you have plans now to let the people know who you are? Like say, listen, this is I'm gonna make y'all know who I am. I'll make y'all feel
I'm
who I am.
at this point, I'm super focused. I say the past year, I throw local showcases. I've thrown over probably 75 to 125 showcases in the past 5 years just to help other people because other people didn't want to. So I'm
Okay.
always paying it forward. I'm always helping other artists. But now I think it's my time in 2021 to really focus on my craft and my music and really try to expand, like I was saying, in the international market. And with some of the records I got coming, I feel like they could blow me out the water. I can't really speak on what I'm working on for Florida, but I
Gotcha.
actually am. I'm working behind the scenes with a couple of Florida legends on a few songs that were already hot back in the day, and we're revamping them. So
Oh man.
I think once these records drop, the whole world gonna be dancing again. It's like one of them records that I'm revamping with a couple Florida legends, and it's gonna get people moving now.
Oh, we'll get them moving, dancing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm all about making people have fun and having a good time. To me, the game is kind of washed up right now. Everybody's talking about the same thing. I'm not trying to go out there and shoot this and rob that. I'm trying to go out there and party and have fun, and you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm about.
make money, go home, jump
Yeah,
around.
and go home safe. I'm a family man at the end of the day too. You know what I'm saying? I got kids myself, so it's important to me
Oh wow.
to, uh, you know, s- I'm
So
not. You know what I'm saying?
how many kids?
I might have been. I got 3 kids. I got three
Oh, yeah.
beautiful girls, man.
How old are you?
I'm 27,
You got 3 kids at 27. My God, you've been working and you rapping.
and I'm rapping, and I'm helping others, and I'm throwing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I want this, man. I want to change my family's life. I want to change other people's life that I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm really out here trying to work hard
So you're the real under 30 making it. When they say
for
under
sure,
30,
man.
okay. Okay. Damn.
And
That's what I like.
if you look in the game now, all the other 27, 28 years old, I feel like they're all in the same thing. I don't want to be no little pump or little this or little that. I want to motivate the kids. I want to get people out there dancing and partying and you know what I'm saying? Not in my kids and when they're older looking at this stuff like, oh, what it, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about the future too. Some of these
What,
artists think of it low, like they're not seeing the bigger picture, but in 20, 30 years when our kids grow up, you know what I'm saying? You got to think about that as well. Like, what do you want to do for the youth and what do you want them looking up to as well?
well, you understand that most of the time that the situation where you might see an artist and you might say, damn, he's talking ignorance or he's talking nonsense. But do you understand that sometimes that artist understands that that ignorance and that nonsense that he or she are speaking is what the masses want? And they know better. It's almost like, hey, I know better. But that right now is not going to sell the records. That's not right now going to make the people jump and follow what I needed to follow because I've got 3 daughters to feed, a wife, and whatever else needs to be happening. And I need to do it. And then says, hey, I know this is what they want. Because right now, you're going on a limb to say, hey, you know what? I believe that the people want to hear dancing. And this is what I'm going to do, and you probably gonna rap your ass off on a dance song and do what you got to do. And somebody might say, "Man, Fame, this ain't you." And you be like, "Nah, this is what I want to push out." But then when you see that money hitting, then you be like, "All right, I'm gonna stay on this lane. This is where them checks is hitting. This is where I'm going from urban to CHR rhythmic to pop." And they be like, "Whoa!" And you understand the
It's
game. And when you cross over, it's over. They're like, "Yo,"
I
just
feel
like
like once I'm in, you know what I'm saying, I could do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Once I get my foot in that door, I'm so sufficient and got the records in my head and the knowledge that it's over. You know what I'm saying? I gotta. If they ain't gonna let me in, I'm kicking that door down. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it independent because there's a lot of independent artists in the game. You got E40, you got Russ, you got mad people in the game right now still doing it independent. You don't
Oh yeah.
necessarily, you know what I'm saying, need that major label. If you got the knowledge and you believe in yourself, I'm gonna always stand on what I believe in and what, you know what I'm saying. When I met Chris, he saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. And now that I'm working and grinding, I'm starting to see my worth in myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stand on what I believe in at the end of the day.
Wow, that's amazing. You said that he saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself.
Man,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying, before he brought me on that stage with 10, 20,000 people in front of me, I was scared, man. I was shy. I wasn't as outgoing as I am now, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't even sit here and have the same conversation I am with you now. He brought me on the road in front of 10, 20,000 people, and I hyped for him and I opened and you know what I'm saying? I was he brought me to a new level. You know what I'm saying? I never did none of that before. I was used to doing all these small shows, and I opened for people here and there. And even now, after his passing, I've opened for Plies, I've opened for Trina, I've opened for Trick Daddy, I've opened for 69 Boys, I've opened for all the legends, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like some of my age group ain't showing homage or respect to the people before their time. And I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna always pay my respects to the people who paved the way for hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you're one of those people that says, "Hey, I respect their elders." I guess that's how it goes. But sometimes, I'm not making excuses for anybody, but sometimes people are like, "Yo, I don't want to hear what that dude was saying. It was good at the time, but this is what I want to hear. This is what I want to bop to." They talking that
I
old shit.
say a
I
lot
want to
a lot of the new age artists are ignorant, you know what I'm saying? When I was young and dumb, I used to think the same way, but then I realized what was important and what's important in the industry, you know what I'm saying? And I think that you gotta pay homage to the people who paved the way to be able for people to do what they're doing. Even with Fresh Kid Ice, look what they did. They went to the Supreme Court and won, and they invented that parental advisory sticker. Cardi couldn't say what she's saying now. None of these people could say what they're saying to this day. All the hot records right now would not be hot right now without the Two Live Crew, and I stand on that. I'm gonna stand on
hear.
that till I'm gone.
Oh yeah, Two Live Crew is the reason why you're able to curse on a record. Do you
Look at the
imagine
top 10 right now. Look at the Billboard charts. None of them songs would be on the Billboard charts if Two Live Crew didn't go to the Supreme Court and fight for that.
and fight for that? But then you somebody. You know what happens when you make it to the potential, because you've already made it. You're in the industry. You're understanding. You're moving. But when you made it to the point where your word and everybody want to hear what Fame is saying, and they want to be quiet, and everybody around you is saying yes, then know you're the person that got to be like, yo, listen. None of this could have happened without the Two Live Crew. None of this could have made. None of this could have been possible. None of the artists right now, even some of you R&B artists, could not curse on your record without Two Live Crew. You
See, the
know?
crazy part is, I feel like a lot of people just don't know what they did, and they're looking at this stamp and they're looking at the parental advisory and even sampling. You know what I'm saying? They sampled all those some songs and won those cases too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? With the Roy Orbison parody and all that, they went to court for that stuff too. Look at all the sampling going on in music to this day.
yeah.
I'm not saying that they were the first, but they went to court and fought to get those samples in their songs. Pretty Woman, all that stuff that they did, those were all samples from hits. You know what I'm saying?
And they fought it and they got it. But what we know for sure they did, they allow you to go into a studio and curse your ass off and put it on a record and be able to put it out there with no problem, as long as it
It-
says
It's
mental
so crazy, man.
in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
They
That's a
got
piece.
arrested right there. They got arrested right there in Hollywood, Florida. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know the history.
Yeah.
They told them you're not gonna perform this. They stood on what they believed in. Even Chinaman was young then. He was in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Luke was older. Chinaman was only in his 20s when he got arrested. You know what I'm saying? They went. I can't think of the club off top, but it was in Hollywood, Florida. They got arrested that night, and from there they beat the case. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. and they beat the kids from right there and
You
take it
know,
to
of course, it was a whole, you know, thing that they had to go through, but at the end of the day, they won, and that's what I think that matters the most. And they fought for everybody. They wasn't thinking about only themselves. They were thinking about the future, like I was saying. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? If I could, if I can make a change in this industry that can help people when I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? Then that's I feel accomplished in this music industry. Whether I make, you know what I'm saying? No matter what amount of money I make at the end of the day, I want to leave my mark in this industry. You know what I'm saying?
Two Live
Not
Crew
every
allowed the NWA to be where they're at.
see, and that's another thing that I want to speak on. A lot of people don't know that Two Live Crew started in California. They were the first group to go gold and stuff independent in California. You know what I'm saying? And then they came down to Florida with Luke. It was mixing. It was let's see. It was mix. Chinaman and Amazing V in California. And they did the song The Revelation. And then there was a B side. And then they came down to Florida. So they were already popping. They were supposed to, you know, I've seen interviews. They were originally gonna sign to Jerry Heller before NWA. But Luke brought them down here for some shows and the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? It was already hot in Cali. So to me, Chinaman and the Two Live, they're not only South pioneers, but they're also West Coast pioneers, and a lot of people don't respect that either. They help pioneer both coasts.
Oh wow! So they were already selling. They were already going gold
They're
in,
already going gold in the West Coast
and then Luke was bringing them down here to do shows, and Luke said,
to do
"Oh,
shows, and
let's
from
do
there,
it. Let's get together and build this Two Live Crew." And then,
Amazing V left. He was the third original member because he was more of a spiritual. He wasn't trying to be on that kind of stuff, so he left, and that's when they brought in Marquise and Luke, and the rest is history.
oh wow, and they turned up.
And a lot of people don't respect that Throw the D is also a part of the Miami based platform. That's what helped people still emulate that sound to this day from Throw the D with the 808s and with those kind of sounds like that. You hear it in the records today. You can still hear it emulated their style in the records that are out today.
Oh wow, and then you're making me think. I didn't know that. I got to do. That's some good. That's some good education. That's some good hip hop education right there.
See,
Schooling the.
China Man was my, you know what I'm saying? He was the man. Now I did my research and he told me a lot of stories firsthand. So to soak up that game, I'm super knowledgeable and I'm so humble and honored to be able to have learned the things that I learned, and it made me a monster. You know what I'm saying? I feel like once I'm in, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy when you sit down with somebody in the music business and you sit down because we had conversations because he was a friend. He was a good friend of a friend of mine that I knew. So that's how I even met him through this one gentleman. And then when we sat down and talked, and I used to ask him questions like, "Man, he was on the road with all those women, man." It was like boom. First thing he said, "Man, always remember, women are women." He said, "Don't matter how big they are in the industry, you think at the end of the day, they are women." And when he said that, and he said some other stuff, and I was like, oh,
He
I was
had
like,
respect. You see, they might have said what they said on those records, but he always had respect for women. He was a family. He loved his family. He was a family man. A lot of people saw him as Fresh Kid Ice, and a lot of people saw him just as Chris. You know,
yep,
that's two different people right there. You got a stage persona and you got your family man. You know what I'm saying? Chris had love for women and his family, and he comes from Trinidadian Chinese. You know what I'm saying? His
yeah,
background, it's all family oriented. You know what I'm saying? Especially the Chinese side. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? The
How many
Asians, they're really, you know what I'm saying?
how many kids did he have?
He had 4 kids,
4 kids? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Did you go down?
I actually went here after he passed away. I actually did a song with his son DJ Lamont and his niece Kayla O. And I went down there to Miami and we made a record together. And I still speak to them to this day as well.
All
I
right, bro.
definitely got a lot of love for China Man's family at the end of the day.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So you're recording. Okay, so there's a so if you open up for Pliers, right? Because there's so many thoughts hitting my head. You open up for Pliers. Now you saw how Pliers got on. Pliers went ahead, got with Slip and Slide Records. More likely just use Slip and Slide Records name. More likely they didn't sign, so I think they were doing the independent route. Use their name because of the clout to be able to say, hey, I'm going to use you guys' name. I'm going to push what I got to. I'm put my money, me and my brother, whoever. I'm going to put our paper behind it and do what got to be done. So now by you being in the industry right now and you're up there with him, have you talked to him and say, look, you know what I'm saying, give me a push, let's see what's going on, let's see what's ever, or like how does that work? Or is really like, do your thing, I do my thing,
I
and
mean, I know they see me because Big Gates follows me on Instagram. So I
okay,
mean, a lot of people follow me on the gram. So I know they see me. And when I open for him, when he was by the stage, and I just had I happened to have my phone out, and he came right into my camera, and he say, "I fuck with the real ones from the 239." So I know he see me, and he sees me. You know what I'm saying? I was just standing there by the stage. I had my phone out. You know what I'm saying? He popped his head in my phone and said what he said. So I know
okay.
he sees me, and you know, I'm gonna say this honestly. A lot of people don't want to come back here, but I respect that because it's like a black hole here. Basically, that's how I put it. You know what I'm saying? The
Say the
energies.
4 or 239.
I say the 239. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I got love. I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? I love my city. I love the artists. I love my people, but I ain't gonna blow here. That's why he went where he went. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's over there in Tampa right now. He lives in Tampa. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
mean,
at the
honest with
end
you.
of the day, like I feel like if I make it, I want to give back to my community. I want to build a youth center. I want to help artists. I want to sign artists from here. You know what I'm saying? I want to give back. That's what I'm thinking about, giving back to my community because a lot of people are hurting here, especially with COVID going on now too. It's a messed up. There's a lot of love here, don't get me wrong, but it also is a lot of hate at the same time. So it's like a love-hate relationship with my own city.
Yeah, you got people that see you doing what you're doing. They act like they really appreciate what you're doing, but reality, they're not happy for you. It's more likely they're like, "Damn it, man! How the hell Fame did it, and I couldn't do it." And then
It's
because you,
crazy because like I've done showcases with 40 artists, you know what I'm saying? 30, 40 artists and back to back to back to back. And I'm putting together show mixes and I'm putting together the promotion. You know what I'm saying? And it gets love, but I feel like what my vision is could be so much bigger if it had that big support behind it. You know what I'm saying? It could be so much more than what it is. And everybody could eat. I just feel like the game comes with a lot of greed.
yeah, what happens is that, um, I don't. It's hard to say. I'm going to give you some insight. It's not only your city. Everybody has the same story, mainly in the industry. It's pretty much the city don't show love. It's a show me, let me see what's going on, and then pretty much it's different. Like some people might want to not say you per se might want to kill you because they see you doing your thing. They want to have beef with you for no apparent reason. You like you, and then it's never. It's always a beef because you're doing better than them, or you're striving and about to make it, and they're trying to show their stripe and see what they can do. The game in itself. So when he said to you, this is a grimy fucking game, he was just talking overall the people. The people aren't really going to show you love. It's crazy that you're going to, and that's what the internet does. The internet lets you know that how the outside people that don't even know you, they just see your picture, they hear your music, and they hear you say a couple words. And you'll get more love and more likes from other people than you ever believe it. And those are the people that you got to grasp on and say, all right, I got these people hooked. These are the people who I'm going to feed because you're going to,
Like
everybody's like, yo, my city, I'm about to do something in my city. I'm about to do this in my city. But your city, you know what I'm saying? If you see it, trust me, it's all over. It's everywhere. Everybody's like, damn, man, why I can't make it?
see,
Why am I
like
show me love?
one thing I really think about all the time, what China Man told me is my city's gonna show love last. When I make it, everybody else gonna show love, but my city's gonna be the last one. They're gonna show love, but they're gonna be the last ones to show love. That's what he always told me.
The last one. because they need something big to happen. You got to do something like he's on. Whoa. That's when everybody jumps on it. He's from here. He's from here. He's from here. Yeah, famous from
Everybody's gonna, if I blow, everybody's gonna come out. But I think I'm gonna motivate a lot of people too, because my whole life everybody said I wasn't gonna make it, and I wasn't gonna do this, and I wasn't gonna do that. So to the people who really know me, and when I do make it, they're gonna be like, damn, Fame actually made it after all these people doubted him and all these people wanted to show him no love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That could be
So
a motivation to kids out there, to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, for the future.
yeah, what it is that the lot what I'm realizing with the youth is that the knowledge aspect of trying to show them something different. Because sometimes, you stuck in your little circle or your little hood or your little corner or whatever. That's all you know. You don't know too much. So pretty much, and if everybody around you is on the same level-headed mindset and nobody's opening up different mindsets to encourage or show people different aspirations of what could be done, they feel stuck. So if someone like you could be like, hey, look, this is what could be done. And you're saying that, hey, I can do this and do that. You come in like an artist and you're coming back to your city and you showing them how to do stuff. It could be anything. How to open up a bank account, how to trade stocks, how to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, I got
There's
distribution.
so many different like lanes that people could take. It's just what you want to put into it and the knowledge you want to gain. Everything that I learned is because of people telling me no. I learned to record my own music because people were trying to tax me. I learned to do graphics because people wanted to match my vision. I learned everything that I learned was from people telling me no. That's why I'm so self-sufficient now. I don't rely on anyone because I don't want nobody else telling me no. I'm gonna just put my foot in the game and keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's how motivated I am at this point.
And that no actually tapped into your inner talent that you didn't even know you had.
And that's what, I felt like Chris saw in me. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, like I was saying. And now it's starting to come out, that motivation, that skill, that talent. He signed me off for something that was called a put a cup on it challenge, where the girls were flipping the cup on their ass, and he thought that was so dope because of the way it was. And now it's like a worldwide thing, and I may not be credited for it, but I know what I did, and I know what we were pushing at the time on the label. Like, I don't know
Oh,
if you ever seen it, but when the girls put the red cup on their butt and they flip it, that was my first single on the label right there. It was called "Put a Cup on It."
oh wow. So you started that.
I started that.
Yeah.
I may not
Hey,
be credited for it, but you look
hey,
back,
I started that.
I
Okay.
started that. You know what I'm saying? If you look back on it, the proof is there. 2014, 2015, we dropped that. The video went viral. The video did, you know what I'm saying? That was my first viral thing. So from there, that's what Chinaman was pushing for me to put it. It's all on the net, you know what I'm saying? You can look it up. I timestamped everything so the proof would be there. You know what I'm saying? They can't take that away from me.
So you're the reason why the liquor store charge 25 cents for the cup when they give
For
the
the
free
red cup.
cup. I got you. You're the reason. She said, all right, cool. Because we think that, oh, they think you want to get the red cup and say, hey, girl, flip this on your butt real quick. I got you.
Back it up on it. Throw some bucks on it. Ass so fat she'll hurt something. Put a cup on it. Put a cup on it. That's how it went.
Oh, wow. Damn. Man, you got a lot of stuff going on, man. I'm so proud of you, brother. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. I mean, I'm kind of feel bad because I only got one kid, and I'm like, whoa, he's got three, and he's under 30, and I'm like, damn, I got one.
It be hard, man. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I be stressed out, and we're all human at the end of the day. That's what people don't think about. All these stars and everything. At the end of the day, we're all human. We're all human. We all bleed blood. We all got skin. You know what I'm saying? We ain't robots. We're humans at the end of the day, and we all got emotions. I think about Chinaman every day, but I know that he wouldn't want me to be sad. He would want me to stay motivated and keep going and keep pushing. And if I make it, then he'll be more proud than anything because he wanted me to make it. That's what he wanted for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep grinding until I make it at the end of the day.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So, have you ever thought about taking any of your songs publishing overseas? Like any of your catalogs right now?
I mean, at this point, I think in 2021, I definitely want to expand. Like I said, I want to kind of step away from the city a little bit, and
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I got love for the artists, but it's my turn to work on me, and at 100%. You know what I'm saying? And then I could give back even more. If the problem is people don't see the bigger vision like that. They thinking that, oh, fame ain't gonna do this or do events no more, do this, but they don't understand that if I make it, I could come back and really do for all for my community. You know what I'm saying? But people don't have that same mindset or the vision that I have and see what I really want to do for the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could do big shows, big crazy, big shows, and
I could be bringing shows and having those local artists open. I could be paying and bringing this one, and myself, and then putting on artists and giving back. And like I said, building a youth center, doing this and that. My goal eventually is to bring a place in the 239 where people can go and they can learn the industry and they can learn the knowledge and they can go into the recording studio and they can have a platform. You know what I'm saying? Even for the people to get out the streets, you know what I'm saying? And just to have a place to go, just like a YMCA or a youth center, you know what I'm saying? But for music. And music changed my life.
you
A
know
lot of
what's crazy?
people,
I don't even cut you off, but you know what's crazy? What you just said is that all that what you named just now, and because a lot of us weren't taught, we could actually get like you could actually create your own 501c3, put that all under your 501c3 and actually get money because you're helping the youth, because you're tapping a market and you're tapping a genre of people to say, hey, listen, I want to help them to get off the streets. I don't want them to go to jail. I want to show them about music and I want to do all this. And then you have your 501c3, your 501c3 will get money to actually help you fund what you're doing. And then you'll be a main artist doing that in your city. So mainly all the you don't even got to put your own cash because there's money out there just waiting for you to help people. Because I know probably in the 239, people are dying, kids are getting shot up, violence is out there, murder is high, and then that's probably the reason why Pliers moved and said, "Yo, I can't stay here no more," and
I think
whatever.
that's why he slid out. He didn't want, you know what I'm saying? Even though that's what he was rapping about, he
Yeah,
ain't want any part in that lifestyle no more. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He been there, he done that. His brother was in jail. Big Gates came out. They changed. You know what I'm saying? They made a change. They got out. That's the goal, is to get out. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
got out of this situation.
exactly. And all I'm saying is, I love your ideas. So you could do you a 501c3, and when the time comes, you have it under your belt. And you just go out there, man. People will just start shooting money to you because they'll be like, "Yo, man, do what you're doing. We love what you're doing. Here go a couple 100,000 here, put it into the program, and help them out." And it all works out.
Man,
But,
I
but
really appreciate that game for him, and I'm gonna definitely check into that. And but like basically my point of saying that is when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? I've been getting in trouble my younger years. I got in trouble. I've never really spoke on this, but I feel like this can motivate a youth. When I was 10, I was arrested. When I was 12, I was arrested. When I was 15, I was arrested. When I was 16, I was arrested. When I was 17, 18, I was arrested. I had one more shot before they were going to throw that book at me, and I was going to go away for 10 to 20 years just for the things that I was doing. I was robbing, I was stealing, I was doing this, I was doing that. But once I focused on music, music changed my whole life. It took
wow,
me out of that. I went to the last program that I did, and from there I focused on music, and it changed my life. And by doing music, it got me to where I'm at right now. It got me to meet China, man. It got me to meet all these legends and be able to do the things that I've been able to do. You know what I'm saying? So if
okay,
if I'm not just saying do it with music either, but I'm that's just a example. You know what I'm saying? You could, if you're focused on doing sports, that's what you want to do, sports. If you want to do music, you want to do music, but focus on something that's going to keep you away from all that negative energy. And
gotcha.
a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Just to all the youth out there, if you're listening, stay focused, stay away from all that stuff, stay in school. I wish I didn't mess up my scholarship that I had because I was so smart. TV production was my major in high school. I had a full scholarship to go to Full Sail, and I fucked it up just by getting arrested and going to jail. So to
Wow.
all, and you know what I'm saying, stay in school and study and stay focused, and you could do anything that you put your mind to, for sure.
No, 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 I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. But sometimes, not making excuses. Sometimes people get in trouble and it's an accidental thing. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean,
Accidental.
I can't lie. I kind of had the wrong people around me that were influencing me to do bad and so forth. But I feel like you could be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
No, yes, wrong place at wrong time, and depending on who that officer is, he or she can be a dick or not be a dick. And usually, if you
Yeah,
catch
and
them at the time, they can be a
this
dick.
this shit's been corrupt, and I'm not taking it into a race thing, but I'll never forget this. When I was young, and just because I was a jit and I was crying in the cell, the police came in there and they were beating on my legs. I was 12 years old. They were kicking my legs and beating me at 12 years old because I wouldn't stop crying in the cell. I'll never forget it.
Mm.
So this system been corrupt. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, Ben Kuro, Ben is shit. It's nothing gonna change. It's nothing gonna change. It's crazy. What's funny is I was actually gonna become a cop just to be corrupt. I was gonna be, I
You
was
see it
like,
in the movies all the time. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You know.
he was sitting down like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna become a police officer, and I am something I had the hell to mess with, and I was like, boom, and I didn't do it. Actually, somebody discouraged me and said, "Don't do it." Don't do it.
Sometimes it's not worth it, you know what I'm saying? But you never know what's going on in the system. It's just as fucked up as the music industry. They're a gang too. The police are a gang. They got the hip hop police too. Look at Casanova. Look at all the people getting locked up right now. Hip hop police.
Hip hop police. You know what I'm saying? You can't even, you know what I'm saying? And then they're trying to say that what's his name, Vlad is the feds. I don't even know if it's, you know what I'm saying? They try to say he's the feds because he did the interview, people doing interviews and they going to jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's clickbait or what that is, but that's
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 great.
such a
You
mentality.
never know though. You never know. You never know in this industry. You know what I'm saying? It could be set up a certain way for a reason.
Listen, I was telling one of my friends, I said, listen, man, the police of 2020 is laughing because they have a computer where they sit down and it's actually a shift. And somebody's watching World Star, somebody's watching Instagram, somebody's
It's crazy.
Facebook, and that's their job to look. And all they probably do is just write down and say, okay, this is the Instagram name. We
and
need to
not
follow.
and not even on a and not even necessarily on a major level. That's how they be busting people all the time, flashing guns, flashing. You know what I'm saying? What they're flashing on the net. That's why I move a certain way because I watched and I soaked up the game from being on the road with Chinaman and how he was moving is how I'm moving. You got to move smart. You got to move a certain way in this industry and even in life in general. You know what I'm saying? You just got to move smart.
That's why I tell people like a Jay-Z and a Puffy and Kanye West. You know, the reason why I even named those people, and there's other people who's doing their shit. You know what I'm saying? I named them because I said those people got in the game and they were focused. I don't know them personally, but I can look and say, yo, they got in there and they said they were focused. And when they start seeing how the money was being made, and they start saying, okay, this is what I got to do, they just multiply what they got to do to reach to billionaire status. Because once you hit the M's, you're like, okay, I can hit the M's. What do I do to go from the M's to the B? Because once you start making M's on a legal perspective and you sitting back and saying, yo, what do I need to do? It's even better now. Now you're saying, all right, let me multiply this business. I'm okay. I know what to do. And I
See, and
and I
that's what I feel like that's why I'm so motivated being the protege of Chinaman and what all they did because a lot of the stuff they did was independent. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And they were one of the first few groups to go gold independent. So that's motive. That was how many years ago? So if they could do it then, we could do it now. It might be different now, and they're not selling. We're not selling. You know what I'm saying? LPs and 12 inches and vinyl and stuff like that. But it's still possible because I see artists in the game doing it today.
Listen, the game is better now. I don't know what it's going to be in 21 and 22 and 23 and 24, but right now, when you get a spin on YouTube or any one of those internet platforms, you got to get they have to cut that check when they start when
Yeah,
them
they
when
They
them
ain't have that kind of streaming before. They had physical copies. Now you got streaming, you got this, you got that, you got this.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even. Some people got a record deal. They don't even look at the record. They don't even look at the record money. They still collecting the streaming money. We haven't even talked. We haven't even
I mean,
talked.
think of it. What is it? Title pays out the most, almost 4,000, I think, for a million streams.
Yeah, title pays out the most. Title pays out the most than all of
I
them.
think I want to say Spotify is about 1,500 to 2,000 for a million streams. So you got that platform and you got that audience. You know what I'm saying? You could do it independent as long as you get them streams and you got them numbers. And that's when the labels call and you're like, nah, I'm independent.
I'm independent. You know what I'm saying? That's why they had to do that deal with. That's what they're talking about right now with Drake to say, hey, we're gonna give him an unopened amount budget because he can actually go and say, "Listen, I'm going to do it independent. I don't need you guys. I'm
Yeah,
guaranteed."
I seen a story about it. They're like, oh, Drake's on top of the game, and if he did this and this and this and this, he's unstoppable. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
unstoppable. But they know. But at the end of the day, the majors are going to come in a way where you got to do business with them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be
No,
like,
of
"Let's."
course. I'm not saying don't do business with the majors, but just be careful. I read in China Man's book that when they did those albums with Atlantic, they each received only $10,000 off that gold album from Atlantic. So I'm not saying
But you got to see the
don't,
contract.
of course,
Got to see a
but
contract.
I'm not saying don't trust the labels, but just be careful. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Human beings are
Because
some.
I don't want to not do business with the majors either. Because at the end of the day, they're the one running that machine with the distribution. So you know what I'm saying? I still want to rock with labels on the distribution end, but I don't think I'll ever sign. You know what I'm saying? Unless
Okay,
it was really worth signing in, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody taking my publishing or taking my creative, my creative self, because a lot of these labels will pick up an artist and say, all right, you got to dress like this, you got to write like this, you got to do this song, you got to, you know what I'm saying? Then I can't do what I want to do and match my vision that I see. You know what I'm saying?
but the publishing game is all about how much money you really need right now. Because really, what it is that the publishing game is two ways. The label is telling you, "Hey, I give you X amount of money for your publishing. I know you're broke." Or publishing company is saying, "Hey, I give you X amount of publishing for your money right now that you don't have to run for. We'll go get the money in a couple of years. We'll give you a mill right now," and you'd be like, "All right, cool," or whatever it is. It all depends on your
See,
level. How can I hold
at,
out? How can I hold
at
out?
this point, I'm ready for 2021 because I myself even just got all my publishing set up and stuff like that. Before I was under Chinaman's, you know what I'm saying? He was my shield, and he was looking out for me on that aspect of being my publisher in his catalog and looking out for me in that sense. And we had that agreement though, but now I have my own publishing company. I have my own, you know what I'm saying? I'm finally to the point where the platform is there now. I'm ready to push and take it to the next level.
Okay,
But you
okay.
can't move fast. You know what I'm saying? If I was to blow up and not have any of that, then the label's gonna strong arm me. You know what I'm saying? And have that leverage over me. That's why I haven't pushed as much either, because I wanted to make sure if your platform ain't strong from the beginning, when you get up here, where's it gonna go? Falling over and crashing down, and you're gonna flop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a strong. It's all about the foundation at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a strong foundation, the building's gonna fall over.
So I have a question for you. You're who are you with? CSAC, BMI, ASCAP? Are
I'm with
you
BMI.
you're BMI? Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I've
And
always been a writer on BMI, but now I actually started my own BMI publishing company as well.
gotcha, gotcha. And even that, even publishing people don't even understand that game. It's you think you're really starting with 100% when it's really 200% you're working with.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're given 100, and now that you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't know they do 100 publishing and writers. When you got both, you're getting double the income. If you ain't got no publishing, where's that money going? It's going nowhere.
it's going nowhere. So it's just packing
But it's
up.
floating, and until you got that publishing company and your writers, then you ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? You can't do no publishing deals, and you can't do no this, you can't do no that. You don't have no leverage.
You have nothing. You're just talking about the music business, but have no understanding about it. Oh man, yeah. Fame, yeah, you're very, yeah, Fame. You definitely enlightened me a lot about the everything, but gave me some insight about Two Live Crew, which I never knew about on certain stuff that they were artists out West Coast. Definitely told me about the 239. Explained to me exactly what's going on out there and what's the moves and everything. Well, tell everybody right now where they can get your music, your IG, your Facebook, if you utilize Facebook, every platform right now where they can get it. You know what I'm saying? Spell your name out so they know they can reach it and know what to do. because I want everybody to know who you are, and you know what I'm saying. Um, Also, I want to tell you this. And the reason I'm gonna tell you this is because there was a gentleman in Miami that I used to mentor with. He was Pitbull's. He's actually Pitbull's manager or Pitbull's right hand man almost. His name was Robert Fernandez, and then he took me out to a place called Medem. And when he flew me to Medem, it was a place out in Europe. It's an annual thing that they do for the music industry, and it blew my mind when I went out there. And what they showed me when they went out there, it was literally, and what was crazy about it, because it was in France, in Paris somewhere, what was crazy, or Cannes, it was Cannes or some, it was somewhere out there in France. But what blew my mind is that everybody who went out there was the CEOs and the owners of the company. So I mean, all the companies that was out there, only CEOs and people went out. All the CEOs and the big dogs went out there. So you're talking to
It's
the
like
big.
a big pool of all the top dogs and everything.
You wasn't talking to like somebody who's working for the company and say, "I'm gonna get back with you." And then what I learned about going out there is that literally every country was out there and they were looking for music. And the reason I'm even telling you that is for you to look into that and look into a thing. It's called Medem. It's an actual conference. And if you can get out there for you to do what you got to do, just look into that, save your money, and go out to that event. And you're gonna see what you're gonna be able to do with your music out there. And all I want for you, which I'll contact you because I know you're gonna blow up if you go out there, is say, "Hey man, don't forget me, man. You owe me a show." You owe me a show.
Hey man, I definitely appreciate you, allowing me on this platform and showing love. Like I said, it's not a lot of love out there. I mean, I get love, but to be able to be connecting with new people and to be able to be on different platforms, I respect you and really appreciate you allowing me to be on this. And I'm a definitely look into, the 501c and as well as the festival like that as well, because I definitely want to keep expanding and growing. And I feel like I got it, man. I got the hits, I got the platform, I got the look. Now I need to get up in that rocket ship and take off, you know what I'm saying, and not come down. And from
Right.
there I could help change the world. I could change so many people's lives and give back and do so much, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. The great thing about the 501c3 is that people will give you money and they're gonna be like, "Well, I'm gonna give Fame money, and he can't do nothing for me." But you're gonna give them a tax exempt for the money that they're gonna pay anyway. And you're gonna say, "Hey, I'm putting this towards the kids to do something. I'm trying to build a studio, trying to do this." So people be more reluctant to say, "Oh, okay, I'll give you some money." Give them that tax exempt letter, they're good to go because they're like, "Yo, I put it toward my taxes. I was gonna pay it anyway." They're gonna pay taxes anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
So
And still do something for the youth and good at the same time,
and the people feel a little bit more better. Oh yeah, I did something with Fame, and I collabed with him and did something, and you touched their inner soul.
Well, shoot, man, it's all love at the end of the day. And as far as like people checking me out, I'm Fame Fayella. Fame. My last name's Fayella, Faiella. If you
Okay,
actually Google that, I have the knowledge panel, and you could find everything right on Google. The Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. You could read my bio on Google. I have over 46 news articles. If you look into the news on Google, you can kind of, check out my background and my stories and some of the things that I did. If you look on, you can listen to me on iTunes and pretty much all digital outlets. If you search my name, you're going to find everything right there. But Google is the number one platform where you could just find everything at once. And of
got
course, my website is also famefayella.com. And if you're trying to hear something different and not the same as everything that you're hearing now, and something that I believe is the future, then please check me out and please support my vision, because one day I promise you I'm gonna give back, and I know that I could change a lot of people's lives, including my own.
man. I love that. I love that, my brother. I love that, my brother. So we definitely one day got to do a part two of this because we still got to talk some more stuff. You know what I'm saying? I still, there's a whole bunch of other stuff I would love to ask you about two live crew, and you know what I'm saying, after like Chris's death, you know what I'm saying, came so fast and so quick with, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people
It
really
was
don't.
so crazy because a month and a half before we passed, we were out there in San Antonio, Texas, in front of 10,000 people, killing it, man. We was killing it. We was ready to do some big things, real big things. And a month later, he was gone. You know what I'm saying? So that's that hurt me so much because we were so close. You know what I'm saying? We were so close to all his goals. He just ran out of time. You know what I'm saying? He had such a big vision for what we were gonna do in 2018, and just so you know what I'm saying? It's hard to even speak on.
Yeah, God, sometimes when God says it's time to go, man, you got everything planned up, and you're like, oh man, it's about to change, and
Hey, even though he's not here in the physical, I'm still vibing with him in the spiritual. He
oh
shows
yeah,
me that he's here. He gives me signs that he you know what I'm saying? Every time before a show I pray to him just as much as I pray to God. And he always shows me that sign that he's still with me. You know what I'm saying? So
Amen.
RIP to China, man.
R.I.P. 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 Definitely, definitely, Fame. So, Fame, did you? I don't think you said your Instagram spelling, did you?
Oh, the Instagram's the same, Fame Fayella, FAME FAIELLA. I'm almost at about 100K followers on there. So if you follow me, I'm
Okay.
gonna follow back and I'm gonna show love.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, big up for that and keeping building it up, man. You get it, you know what I'm saying? Because the thing about the internet, man, you know what I'm saying. You're trying to be independent. Those are your direct consumers. You be like, all right, let me send you something direct from me. And go a single, and let's do this, and let's get this going. Let's do that because all those kind of stuff, you keep those things, and you can show labels and say, listen, this is what I'm doing already. I'm already pushing this stuff out. I'm already doing it like that. I understand. The one thing that the label want to see is that you understand the business. So when they get in business with you, or if you even the independent distribution aspect route, when they see that you could do the business, they say, okay, this guy right here understands the business. We want to do business with
And
him.
I wanna I feel like when I get the ball, I'm not gonna drop the ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep the ball rolling. A lot of
Okay.
people get an opportunity and they mess it up, or they get arrested, or they do this, or they're not as serious about it. But I get that ball, it's over. I'm gonna keep dunking on them.
No, I feel you. I feel you. I got some rapper homeboys that's doing like 25 years. They're so happy right now that they're on their last single, like they got like 5 years left. So I know people who like, and they could rap. I'm talking about these dudes penmanship game was amazing. They get on the mic and they kill it. But things happen. I know basketball players that can probably outdo LeBron, but things happen. They got caught up. Things happen, and they look like and they say, "Yo, it is what it is." So it's lucky for people to say, "Yo, I was doing something," because right now rappers are dying. So it's lucky that people are even making it certain levels in age and everything else. You know what I'm saying? A prayer out to you too as a rapper because you're choosing a profession that is not everybody. I mean, I knew double X triple extension. I knew his
Yeah, I
dad.
was thinking about that too when we were talking about
Yeah,
hometowns and home teams hating. You know what I'm saying? They
his
got him right
dad.
there pulling up in the street. You know what I'm saying? He pulled up right there and they got him.
Yeah,
It's
right there.
like crazy.
You know what I'm saying? By somebody saying, oh my God, he's here. And just like somebody could say, oh, Fame's right here. Fame's right here buying a car. Boom. And people just for no
It's
reason.
crazy out there, man. So
And
everybody stay prayed up and safe out there, because it's you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of bullshit going on right now.
a
You know,
lot of bull.
they actually just took one of the artists from my city. God rest his soul too. He 5150 Sosa. He had mad talent. I know he could blow. Somebody show where he was at on the live. He stepped out in a you know what I'm saying. It's a messed up game. It's a messed up industry. It's not fair how people with so much talent can get taken out this world. You know what I'm saying? Over nothing.
Over nothing. For nothing. Over nothing and for nothing, brother. But let me tell you, man, this is definitely one of the best interviews. So I had many good interviews, but this is definitely one of the good interviews I like to have with people, upcoming artists, independent, major. You know what I'm saying? Actors and actresses that I talk to also. But you definitely showing me that okay, you're about to definitely make some stuff happen. And like I said before, take those gems and those jewels that I gave you for free and run with it because sometimes people want to sell you shit, which sell the game, sell the game, sell the game. But like I said, look into the 501c3, look into that me them out there in Europe that they do every year. If you like I said, if you can get out there, get out there. Because then you're gonna be like, okay. Because if you got a catalog, they're looking for music, and it ain't like
I'm sure overseas is a I already know it's a much bigger market over there too. So that's probably why they're meeting over there. You know what I'm saying? That's a
different.
1,000 times bigger market than even US. I feel like other countries are way more advanced. Not to hate on the US, but I'm just saying they're more advanced and they're 10 steps ahead of us.
Because you go to because the thing about it is that why it blew my mind was it's like walking into a flea market, and every booth is a country, and every country has the telephone company there, the record companies, the labels, the cell phone companies. So
They
they're
got
all
everything right there.
in a booth. So it's literally when I tell you a booth, it's a booth. Like you go into China, it's a China booth with everything in there, and then you're negotiating deals right there. Hey, we want
That's
to take
crazy.
your whole album and pay you such and such. You thinking about it, but you're selling your album to them, and they can only push it there. Then you go to another country, and you go to another country, and those how the deals are working. And they'll be like, all right, boom, you know, so you might go to one country and say, okay, I worked out a deal where only this country can put it in their stores. So that's why I know it blew my mind because I was there and I was like, what? And when I experienced it, I was like, yo, why is there not more people doing this? And when I went with the whole Pitbull camp that I was a part of at the time, and everything else, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a part of that whole Miami thing before Khaled blew up, before when Fat Joe was coming down here and Fat Joe was signing Cool and Dre them, and they weren't really blowed up. It was just, you know, I was there during that
That's
time.
crazy,
So
man. See,
I
when
was
I
there.
was younger, I used to see all that stuff, and I'm like, damn, these guys are doing it. You know what I'm saying? I was young, so ever since I was 12, 13, I was looking at the industry. You know what I'm saying? When Khaled came out and this and Plies and '07, '08, it was everybody came out at once. It was like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying?
I always tell people Trick Daddy did his thing. Trick Daddy is the man. He definitely opened the eyes and said, hey, it's more than just some bass booty music down here. We got some real rappers that can do some shit. But one thing I will say, I'm gonna say this and I will die saying this. Fat Joe definitely was a part of coming down. Robert Fernandez was a part of making Fat Joe come down to Florida, sign Cool and Dre, and do what he got to do. And these are things that I experienced with my own eyes and saw what was going on. So I got a whole history of things to say, but I'm not even going to talk about it. I just leave it the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I just laugh about
That's
it. I
it's
know because I was
it's
there.
possible. You seen, you know what I'm saying? Even you yourself has seen people's lives change. You know what I'm saying? So
Seen people live change like this. Like this. Like one day, you don't know what's going to happen, what's going to boom. You know what I'm saying? And got to the point where, and Pitbull is the most amazing story to me because I booked Pitbull for a show for damn that thing $500 one time, but that was through a connection. And for him to be on the level where he's at right now, for Khaled to be on the level where they
Mr.
are,
Worldwide.
I'm like, yo, and I'm looking at them like, okay, these
Yeah,
guys,
I've watched so many different documentaries of where these guys come from, and they came from nothing, and they changed their lives. So that's why I'm so motivated too. It's not just to live, and there's so many people who have came from nothing and changed their lives, and look at them now. They're changing the world. They're like Khaled. Look how many records he's made, and he used to be a club. You know what I'm saying? He used to work at the radio station.
at the radio station at 99 Jam. Actually, Two Live, I mean, not Two Live Crew, Luke, you know, Two Live Crew, which actually brought him in to be a DJ, you know what I'm saying, to be a sub DJ. Callie used to work in the underground station. So you watch all those things and probably looking at your life. That's why I'm looking at you and I'm like, man, I can see you take off to the point where, you know what I'm saying, so you have taken off to the point where you're like, all right, boom. And you're actually doing everything you said you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
See,
So
like,
it's
and I'm a super spiritual person. I believe in manifesting. I seen all this stuff when I was a kid. I have dreams of me being on big stages. I'm manifesting my reality. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
I'm on a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
amen.
I truly believe if I continue to, I see spiritual numbers all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a vibe for real. Like, I follow that, and I'm very spiritual, and I've seen all this before. I've dreamt it. I've seen it before it even happened in my dreams. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to say that, but I since I was a kid, I seen myself on a big stage and thousands of people in front of me. I've been dreaming that since I was 10 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow. Well, my brother, like I said to you before, we're gonna make some things happen, and we're gonna do what we got to do. And like I said, we're gonna have another conversation. We're gonna talk some more. I've got your number through my man, so we're definitely going to be talking more and seeing what's up, and try to get some things together. And like I said, I appreciate the time that you put out. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you got a lot to do as a busy man. Being a, you know what I'm saying? Are you? You're not married?
I'm married too.
Are you
I
married
just
too?
I just
So,
kind of I just kind of keep my stuff a little bit more, I don't like
so
to put out my personal on the gram and so on, but I'm
uh,
married, I got kids, I'm a family man, but I'm
that's what
just
I'm getting.
strictly business and music.
That's what I'm getting at. At your age and the amount of things that you got going on for you, your time, which is your greatest asset, is precious because you don't get it back. So as you're spending time with me right now, I appreciate it. I want to thank you for everything. Um, I'll definitely remember you, and I hope you remember me. You know what I'm saying? And then again,
Most definitely, man. Anybody who's ever showed me love and of course genuine love like you guys are showing me, I'm super appreciative. I'm super humble, and I want to thank you guys as well. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
It's hard out here, so for you guys to put me on your platform and give me a voice to speak on some of the things I've been holding some of these things in for 3 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really spoke on Chris that much, but I appreciate you guys giving me the platform to
yeah,
speak my mind. You know what I'm saying?
and do what you got to do. So what's his name? Don't sleep. Definitely gonna have to get with you so we can do a part two and extend and everything else. And like I said before, thank you very much for everything. God bless, and we're definitely gonna make this rock. I know you're gonna push this on your platform also. So thank you so much for that. And we'll just exchange information that needs to be done and everything
I'm
like that.
I'm I'm definitely interested in a part two. And again, God bless you guys as well. And
Okay.
I hope you guys have a blessed Christmas and a blessed New Year. And I look forward to working more in 2021. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, so you guys got my number. You got me locked in, and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys a lot.
All right. Thank you so much. God bless, brother.
Now you as well, man. I hope you have a blessed night.
All right, you too. Big up.